Before you turn that light on, please don't scream. And don't panic. I'm not going to hurt you. No, I am not going to steal your stuff either. I just need... This isn't going as I planned. I'm sorry. You can turn the light on. The curtains are closed. Hi. No, I don't work on the riverboat. No, I'm not in the wrong room. I know this is your room. At least, I figured it must be. Anyway, can I sit here on the chair and can you sit down on the bed, please? And I can explain? Look, I'm not holding anything, and you're closer to the door than I am. I promise, I'm not here to hurt you. What does that mean? That would be a first. Hell of a nervous outburst there. Are you sure you're all right? I know it's none of my business. I'm just trying to be polite and... Yeah, I guess breaking into someone's riverboat stateroom isn't precisely polite. Chalk it up to damage mitigation? I'll start over. What's your name? That's interesting. Huh. Oh, nothing. Just... I met you out here on the river, and you look like that ought to be your name. Is it okay if I call you River? Thanks. I like nicknames. Me? You can call me Penny. No, it's not my real name. It's just what people call me. Why? Are you sure these are the questions you want to start off with? Fine. I'm called Penny after a penny ante, you know? A small deal or a small bet. Yeah, some people like to think of me as not much, you know? But I like Penny because, you know, bad pennies always turn up. Anyway, that's not really important right now. Look, this is a nice room, and it's a nice riverboat. You seem like a nice person. But I heard you say out on the deck that you were alone. On the deck, before you came back here? Yeah. I've been following you for a while. No, it's not what it sounds like. It's because I was looking for someone like you. Hold on. I have to backtrack again. I was looking for someone like you because you were traveling alone, but you have a double room. Well, let me guess. When you booked this trip, you weren't the only one intending to go. Were you, River? Yeah. Broke up, didn't you? How long ago? Last week? Yeah. Sounds like it'd be too late to get your deposit back by now, isn't it? So, why did you decide to go by yourself? Oh, always wanted to see the lower Mississippi, huh? Just float down with the rest of the cargo? And the history? Why not start at the headwaters then and really get your vacation's worth? Takes too long. Yeah, I see. Well, Memphis isn't a bad place to start. And goodness knows New Orleans is a fun place any time of year, so I can understand that. No, I think it's really brave. And it's a good idea not to stick around the house in a situation like that where you're just alone with the sadness. River, you gotta shake that off. Feel your feelings, sure, but don't let them drown you. Right. I keep asking you stuff, and I'm sure you still want to know why I'm in here. Well, alright, here goes. I'm kind of a small-time gambler. Only small-time because I want to be, you understand. For now it seems smart not to attract attention. I guess that's why the penny. Well, the problem is that this time I did attract attention. I was at a table in the back of a bar on Beale, and the game went on too long. I just kept winning. I even intentionally lost a few hands just to keep people from getting weird, but finally this one guy came along and he just really got my back up, you know? He didn't respect me at all, and he ended up going pretty much all in on one hand. I had a bad feeling about him and I decided to try to lose that hand too, get the heat off, but I ended up drawing to an inside straight, and I only had time to grab some of the pot before he'd realized what had happened, and he turned the table over and came after me. But I'm fast, and I know how to get away if I need to. I just bolted west, ended up at the river, and figured this might be a good way to get away. They'll be all over Memphis looking for me right now. No, not the cops. That game was illegal. But that guy and his rich friends will be looking, and I'd just rather not be in any of the places they're looking in, you know? Which brings me to the riverboat. I managed to get on with a group, and I just hung out on the deck till they'd cast off. We're a few miles downriver now, and I need a place to stay, alright? I can get out of here if you want me to. I can try to hang out on deck and hope nobody notices I haven't got a room. Or I can get kicked ashore in any tiny town along the way, but River, I've never seen New Orleans. And for some reason, I feel like I'd like to see it. With you. I know it's a crazy thing I've told you. It's a crazy thing I'm asking you, but I'm serious. I'll sleep on the floor, of course, but can I stay? Not sure yet? That's fair. In fact, that's more than fair, because I didn't think you'd let me talk this long without running off to security or something. Well, how about this? I haven't got much on me in the way of worldly possessions. What I have got is a pretty decent amount of cash. What do you say we head to the bar and talk a bit more? My treat. And if you say no at the end of it, that's fine, and I'll thank you for the conversation. No, I won't make you pay me back if you say no. I promise. I may be a gambler, I may be a no account, but I wouldn't lie to you, River. Shall we? Double whiskey, neat, please. And what's your poison, River? Sounds nice. Both on my tab, yes, and this is for you in advance. Thank you. Yeah, I feel like I would like some whiskey now. I'd stopped drinking at the poker game because I could tell I was losing my edge. I didn't think that was a good idea with a tricky character like old Mr. Angry Pants there at the table. But now, I feel like even if our conversation doesn't turn out how I'd like it to, that I can at least relax a little bit. This sure is a nice boat. Pretty good view, too. Yeah, what's outside the windows is beautiful, but I wasn't talking about the scenery. Well, at the risk of sounding like a cliche, you did say you're single now, right? Yeah. I'm sorry about it for your sake, but I can't say I'm sorry overall. No, responding to my flirting does not have to be part of the deal. If you're willing to let me stay with you, but you want me to turn off the charm, I will do it. But I gotta tell you, there's something about you that is gonna make that a damn difficult thing to do. Cheers. To us. To getting to know each other, even if just for right now. I bet you thought your surprises were over for this trip when you were single all of a sudden, but they were just beginning, right? Yeah, well, not all surprises have to be bad. What's that line? Always something new, always something you don't expect, and sometimes it isn't horrible. Alright, River. I know things are really up in the air for you right now, but the beauty of that is that your life is absolutely full of possibility. There may not be another time you experience having such a blank map spread out in front of you. I have to say, that's quite an intoxicating feeling. I like to experience it as much as I can, which I guess is why I hopped aboard here. I'll admit it, you're warming up. You don't want to throw me off the boat yet? I'll take it. So, once we're in New Orleans, what kind of things do you want to see and do? Oh, yeah, I've heard that's really cool. We should definitely check that out. And then what about this other?